Squee,
No.
come on, man.
No.
Come on, what are you doing?
I don't wanna.
Come on.
Stupid Joss Whedon. Stupid telling the truth. Hi, everyone. We're here to review Avengers 2.
It's summer movie season. It has begun.
Yes, it has! And what a way to start off with Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. Now, you guys know we were very excited to see this movie, but does it live up to all the hype, which admittedly was probably bigger than any movie's ever had before?
Shouldn't have been that big of a hype.
Short answer is, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
For the most part, it does a really good job living up to the hype. It's not going to be everything everyone dreamed of, but personally, I wasn't expecting that.
No. I actually had lowered my expectation. I think this met exactly what I thought it would be.
I actually think it exceeded my standards, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So, the story. First and foremost, the story was really well done. As much as I love Loki as a villain, Ultron was just such a better villain, and James Spader
Perfect.
did an amazing performance for Ultron. He was menacing, he was funny, he was clever, he was intelligent, he was everything a good villain should be.
And snarky.
Snarky as
So
hell.
snarky.
So good. This is why it exceeded my expectations as a movie. They could have taken the easy way out. They've already established themselves. Everyone's already excited for this movie. You could have thrown in a bunch of action and some sort of story and everyone would have gone home happy, but they didn't do that. They actually had depth to it. There was a point, maybe a third of the way through the movie, where it slowed down and you started getting into character psyches and what they were going through. There's always a difference between the movie telling you the Avengers are having problems and showing you they're having problems.
Right.
And this movie did an excellent job. There were quite a few emotional scenes that didn't get me teary-eyed or anything, but,
Right.
but way more than I was expecting, and it made the action when it came so much better.
So yeah, I think you got to balance exposition, showing them what they're talking about versus doing what you're talking about. And I think they did a good job of doing both. Yeah, there is going to be some exposition. It is a comic book movie, and you're going to have to catch people up who haven't seen all the movies. Like the comic book geek in me, I was geeking the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I was latching on to every single word they were saying. But I know there's going to be casual moviegoers that are like, I've only seen Avengers.
One thing I think is one of the most impressive things is this movie, of course, has a lot of action set pieces. I think it has like 4 or 5 big action
Major
sequences.
ones, yeah.
And the thing that they did right, which a lot of movies don't get, is that you never felt any of them were unnecessary. The action was logical to the story. You knew why a fight was going on, and it made sense and felt like it should be there. It didn't ever feel like they were throwing in action for the sake of action. If you haven't seen the trailers, I apologize, but really, everyone knows the Hulkbuster armor called Veronica
Yeah.
versus the Hulk. It was way better than I was expecting, and not because of the action, because I expected the action.
Mm-hmm.
It was better because of Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Iron Man, and that entire fight, what he says and what's going on makes the fight so much more emotional than you were actually expecting it to be. What do you think of the characters?
Oh, man. Okay, so they gave Hawkeye and Hulk bigger roles in this movie because they were lacking in the first one. You got more of Hawkeye's backstory. The Hulk, you get to see more of his emotional side. Yeah, I think they gave everybody their dues this time around.
I think that they actually were kind of listening when people were upset that Hawkeye didn't have... There was a moment in that movie where he just outshined every single Avenger, and you're just like, oh, damn.
Yeah, he can keep up.
But again, Marvel, we've said this before, I will say it again, they are perfect when it comes to casting. Whoever casts those movies knows exactly what they're doing. Any downfalls? Anything that you didn't like about the movie or thought that people should be aware of that maybe was a misstep for the movie?
Pacing was a little weird. It did go from like breakneck speed to like a dead halt at times.
Personally, I don't have anything really wrong with it, but there are a couple things I saw that a lot of people meant. Like, there are a lot of characters in this movie.
Yeah.
If you take into place the main characters, plus the new people, plus the cameos, they even had a significant role for War Machine.
Oh, yeah, they did.
There's just so many characters being juggled, and I think that they did a great job. But I know that there will be a lot of people out there going, okay, there's way too many characters here.
Yeah.
And I do think the movie did not do as good a job as the first Avengers of catching people up who had never seen any of the other movies. This movie, it really, really helps to go into it, at least having seen the Avengers. In the end, should you go see it?
Oh, Yeah, it's a summer blockbuster. It's the summer blockbuster.
It is.
It starts off the summer. It's awesome. Yes, go see it. It's Avengers too.
It is an amazing movie. I think it outshines the first Avengers movie personally. I think it's a better movie than the first Avengers. It's one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, and I really think I will be surprised if there is a movie this summer that I like better than that movie. So, time for the drinking game.
Ah, yes, this one was hard.
Yes.
There wasn't a whole lot that wasn't obvious to go with, so...
We typically try and find things that aren't what you would obviously think of, or things that you look at the movie and you go, there's way too much of this in this movie. For a movie that was as action-packed, as everything-packed as Avengers 2 was, there wasn't a whole lot of reused stuff. You could do every time they team up on a combo move.
Yes, a combo move. I was just thinking that.
However,
Perfect.
the one problem with that is towards the end, there's going to be about a 15-second scene where you will not be able to drink fast enough.
So...
Yeah, but I think the one we're going to go with is every time Scarlet Witch controls someone's mind, not just uses her power, but controls someone's mind. And how can you tell? Their eyes get funky.
Their eyes get real funky.
So, as you know, you can tell, I lost the bet this week. There is no scene at the very end of the credits. There is a bumper scene.
Yeah.
There is, in other words, the credits roll a little bit, about 2 minutes in, there is a scene that you want to see.
Yeah.
After that, once it gets to black and white credits, just go.
Go away.
There's nothing there. Joss Whedon wasn't a liar. That's why I'm like the Hulk. But next week, different movie, different bet. So we are going to be reviewing Ex Machina, which has been out for a few weeks already, but because Avengers 2 came out this weekend, no one wants to take them on, so nothing's coming out next weekend. So we're going to see that one. The idea is I'm betting that the girl machine is not the villain.
I think she totally is. I think she's the sexy robot villain.
So we don't have a Wheel of Pain yet, but we have determined a punishment for next week. Whoever loses that bet will have to, every 30 seconds or so of the review, take a gulp of apple cider vinegar. Tasty. So, that's that. That's the review. What did you think of Avengers 2 if you saw it? Tell us, let us know in the comments below, and see us next week when we review Ex Machina.
Bye!
Bye.